Good morning, students. This is your Dayakar master. We have been discussing about the abstract algebra, that is the fundamentals of ring theory. For rings we need all group axioms and all these things. That is why I started with the fundamentals, what the binary operation is, what the algebra structure is. Afterwards, we have been discussing about the group axioms. What are the group axioms? The group axioms are closure law, associative law, existence of identity and existence of inverse. All the four laws are said to be group axioms. Closure, associative law, existence of identity and existence of inverse. We have already discussed about closure law and associative law, existence of identity in the previous lectures. Now I am going to explain you about existence of inverse element. All these concepts, the final students, 5th sem students, all these concepts you have we have covered in the 3rd sem, but it is human to forget. That is why we are recollecting all the fundamentals. Let us go for existence of inverse element. As we have discussed earlier, for the everything there should be an algebraic structure. Let G star be an algebraic structure. Now, going for this existence of inverse element, let A is an element of G. If there exists an element, say X belongs to Z, if there exists, there need not exist. If there exists such element X belongs to Z, such that A star X is equal to X star A is equal to E. What the E is again? E is int element of that algebra structure Z. E should be the int element of G. After performing operation between A, our considered A and the existing special element X, A star X should be X star A. A star X is equal to X star A is equal to the int element E. If we perform operation between some X and A, we should get the int element E. A star X or X star A. Then X is called the inverse element of this particular element A. A star X is equal to E or X star E is equal to A, X star A is equal to E, then we say X is inverse element of A. We write it as it is, this X is inverse of the element A, we simply denote it with A inverse. Therefore, we can write this A star X or X star A in this way. A star A inverse is equal to A inverse star A is equal to E. If A into some particular element which is said to be inverse of A, if we perform operation between A and A inverse, we should get E. In the same way, A inverse star A is E. Then we say A inverse, which is inverse element of A. Let us go for examples. Z plus algebraic structure, Z plus set of integers with respect to addition. Let us consider minus 3, the negative integer minus 3. Is 3 exist in Z? Yes. Minus 3 plus 3, 0. Minus 27 plus 27, 0. 73 plus minus 73 is equal to 0. So, in the set of integers, the number of positive integers is equal to the number of negative integers. For every positive integer, there exists a negative integer on the left hand side. Therefore, for every element there exists an inverse in Z plus. What is the inverse of 0? 0 plus 0 is 0. Therefore, inverse of 0 is 0 itself. 0 is the int element. When the binary operation plus Z in the algebra structure Z plus, the int element is 0. So, minus 3 plus 3. Minus 3 is inverse of 3 and 3 is inverse of minus 3. We are getting int element 0. So, in case of 0, 0 plus 0 is 0. Therefore, the inverse of int element is itself. 0 plus 0 is 0, therefore inverse of 0 is 0, which is a ident element of Z plus. Similarly, go for Q plus, set of all rationals with respect to addition. This is algebra structure Q plus. Consider 2 by 3. On adding minus 2 by 3 to this 2 by 3, we are getting 0. Is 0 in Z? Yes. Ident element is there in Z. There in Q, 2 by 3 is a rational number, minus 2 by 3 also exists in Q, therefore 2 by 3 plus minus 2 by 3 is equal to 0. What about 7 by 5? What is the inverse of 7 by 5 is a rational number. What is the inverse of 7 by 5? Minus 7 by 5. Minus 23 by 25. That is a rational number. Negative rational number. Minus 23 by 25. What is its inverse? Plus 23 by 25. So, for every rational, we get an inverse in this set of rationals, which is algebra structure Q plus 2 by 3 plus minus 2 by 3 is equal to 0. In the set of reals also, in the set of reals with respect to addition R plus, also for every real number there exists an inverse. If we consider a negative real number, there exists a positive real. If we take a negative real, there exists a positive real. X plus x be any real number, x plus minus x is equal to 0. Therefore, for every real number, there exists for all x belongs to R, for every real number there exists an inverse in R plus. We have already discussed the inverse of 0 is ident element 0 is 0 itself. Here also 0 plus 0 is 0. Here also 0 plus 0 is 0. C plus, set of all complex numbers with respect to addition. The algebra structure C plus. In this algebra structure C plus, for every element there exists inverse or not, let us verify. Consider minus 2 plus 3i, minus 2 plus 3i, which is a complex number. So, what is the inverse of? Let us add 2 minus 3i to this complex number. What do you get? Minus 2 plus 2, 0, minus plus 3i minus 3i, 0. 0 plus 0i, which belongs to C, which is a ident element, and for minus 2 plus 3i, there is a 2 minus 3a, which is inverse. One is the inverse of the other. A star B is equal to E, then B is inverse of A and A is inverse of B, likewise. So, consider any complex number, A plus Bi, which is a complex number. What is inverse? Additive inverse, minus A minus Bi. X plus Iy, complex number, X plus Iy, minus X minus Iy, right? Okay. Existence of inverse element, which is important when the binary operation is multiplication, common multiplication, not special multiplication or other things. When the binary operation is simple multiplication, and we consider the algebra structure G dot, non-empty set G with respect to the binary operation multiplication, common multiplication dot, then we have to think of it. For any A belongs to 0, we should not say for any A belongs to G. We should say for any A non-zero element A belongs to G. Why? Because if you consider Q dot 3 by 5, inverse of 3 by 5 is 5 by 3. Likewise, in Q there is a 0 also. So, what is the inverse of 0 then? 0 into 1 by 0, which cannot happen. That is why when we consider the algebraic structure with respect to the common multiplication, you should pick up every non-zero element. You should leave the 0 element from this non-empty set. For every non-zero element, if there exists an inverse, for every non-zero element in Z, if there exists an inverse, we say inverse axiom holds in G dot. We say for every element there exists an inverse in G dot. You should not consider G. You should not consider G with a 0. So, You need not say particularly like this. We need not say particularly like this. We may say G dot. So, in case of common multiplication, why we are considering common multiplication, pick up, exclude 0 from Z and pick up all non-zero elements of Z when the binary operation is common multiplication, right. So, for any non-zero element A belongs to G, if there exists an element A inverse such that A star A inverse is equal to A star A is equal to E, then we say every non-zero element is inversible in Z. Then we can say G dot is satisfying inverse axiom. Group all these things we shall discuss later. So, D dot is satisfying inverse axiom. Let us consider Q dot. Pick up non-zero, exclude 0 elements in Q, R and C. Consider non-zero, any non-zero element in Q. What is the set Q? Set of rationals. So, any element you pick up, any non-zero element you pick up in Q, that should be a non-zero rational number, a rational number in the a number in the fractional form. So, I considered 3 by 5. 3 by 5, you should multiply 3 by 5 with some element and you should get the int element here. What is the int element in Q dot? 1 is the int, with respect to common multiplication, 1 is the int element. Therefore, 3 by 5 into 5 by 3 is 1, thus 5 by 3 is inverse of 3 by 5 and 3 by 5 is inverse of 5 by 3. Consider R dot, real numbers, suppose 3.7, 1 by 3.7. This is a real number, this is again a real number. Real number into this real number, we are getting 1, which is a int element. Therefore, for every real number, there exists an inverse. So, when we are discussing about inverse element, when binary operation is dot, we have to say for every non-zero element in Q, or for every non-zero element in R, or for every non-zero element C, if there exists an inverse. In that way we have to say for every non-zero element. So, complex numbers with respect to common multiplication, C dot, let us consider A plus I by E is a complex, A plus BI is a complex number. What is inverse of it? 1 by A plus BI. Is 1 by A plus BI exist in C? 1 by A plus BI. That is doubtful for us. Let us write A plus BI in this form. 1 by A plus BI can be written in this way, 1 by A plus BI, and rationalize it, A minus BI by A minus BI. So, simply we are multiplying it with 1 and simplifying in the numerator A minus BI, in the denominator A square minus B square I square, which is nothing but A minus BI by A square plus B square. Separating A by A square plus B square plus minus B by A square plus B square, I into minus B by A square plus B square, which is clearly a complex number. In the complex number, what about A and B? A and B are any reals. A comma B are any reals. If we say A plus BI is a complex number, then A plus BI is a complex number in which A, B are reals, definitely reals. So, if A and B are reals, A square is a real number, B square is a real number, A by A square plus B square is a real number. This is again a real number and this is a real number plus I into real number, therefore, which is a complex number belongs to D. Therefore, C dot, in C dot for every complex number, there exists an inverse with respect to multiplication. Let us see when this inverse axiom fails. There exist so many such algebra structures. Let us see one example. W plus, what is W? Whole number, set of all whole numbers. Whole numbers means all natural numbers including 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. In W plus, for every element there does not exist inverse. Let us consider 3. There is a 3 in the whole numbers. all positive integer including 0, 3. What is inverse of 3? Additive inverse of 3, minus 3. Is minus 3 there in the whole numbers? No. Consider 25. What is the inverse of 25? Minus 25. So, negative integers does not exist in W. Therefore, inverse axiom fails in W plus. For the whole numbers, when the binary operation is addition, the inverse axiom fails. W plus. In the W plus, the inverse axiom fails. Similar way, in Z dot, set of all integers with respect to multiplication. Closure law is satisfied, associative law holds. What about the inverse? Consider 3. 3 belongs to Z. 3 into something should be 1. 1 belongs to Z. The int element is there in Z, but inverse of 3 is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 does not belongs to Z. That is a rational number. It cannot be an integer. Therefore, inverse axiom fails in the algebra structure Z dot. In this way, we can find several examples. We are simply discussing about the axioms of group axioms, closure law, associative law, existence of identity element, existence of inverse element. That is why we are discussing about the definition afterwards with simple examples. When we go for the ring, we can discuss about so many special algebra structures and the rings, so many examples. Okay. This is all about the 4 axioms of groups. Let us go for other axioms.